Welcome in, and let's get this thing started. I popped in at a really good time today. It doesn't always work out perfect like this. But I broke in just as the Braves were putting across the fifth run of the game. So it's Atlanta 5, Miami nothing in the top of the fifth inning. Glad you could pop in and join me on a Sunday. Once in a while, we'll have what we call a little Sunday get-together. Talk about the Braves. So the good news is that we're up 5-0. The bad news is that we are attempting to salvage a game in this series. You never want to have that conversation when you're talking specifically about the Marlins. You never want to say the Braves are trying to salvage one or trying to do something so that we don't get swept in the series. Braves lost Friday night. Braves lost last night. And I'm kind of glad that I was not around. I'm glad I wasn't available to even consider doing any live reaction, because that would have been painful. And I would have been tempted just to cut the stream off right in the middle of it. So right now it is Heredia batting. He's 1 for 1 today. He's up there with runners on first and second, 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch to him, and he fouls it away. We'll do the payoff again. How was your weekend? I had a good one. I hung out at my mom's place. She was out of town, and so I went there and checked on her house and her cat. You might have seen a video I posted Friday night from downtown Gainesville. That's where I was. I spent the night there, took my car in for some routine service yesterday morning. Got out of that around 10 o'clock. Spent a lot of time walking yesterday. Went over and hung out with a friend yesterday. We did some walking over there. And all in all, I put together over 20,000 steps and roughly 10 miles yesterday. We'll recap some of that if we have time later on. Here's the next payoff. Ooh, and the Braves got lucky. That was called ball 4. Could have been called a strike. Welcome in Blake Robertson. Yes, the G spot is where I was. The downtown scene there, man, I gotta say, it's kind of happening on a Friday night. Maybe it's just because everybody's been cooped up for the last year and a half, and maybe everybody just wanted to let off some steam. And maybe I just happened to be there in the middle of all that. But to me, it felt more like that's just kind of how it normally is. And so here's Smiley. He's batting now with the bases loaded and 1 out. Smiley has pitched a gem so far. You can see no runs allowed. Let's see what he tries to do with the bases loaded. Does not look like he's showing any kind of bunt. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. He hits this one solid into center field, right at the center fielder, though. But it's going to drive. Oh, check that. Called it too soon. That was a double play. Are you kidding me? What a throw from the center fielder. And Adrianza did not even attempt to slide. Bad base running. And we'll check that replay when we come back. Man, that was pitiful. If he had slid there, he might have just gotten in. But instead, it is an inning-ending double play on a sac fly attempt. So just wow. Hang with me just a moment. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Mash is in. Good to see you, Mash. We were waiting for you to get started, so I'm glad you popped in. And here we go. Bottom of the fifth, we've had a little bit of an outfield adjustment for the Braves. Acuna exited the game. I don't know why. They didn't really mention that. So we will dig around and see if we can find out what that was all about. We are in Miami. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning. And Blake Robertson, in case you didn't know what I was talking about, Gainesville, Georgia. Long, long ways from Gainesville, Florida. I am definitely not from Gator country. And there's a grounder over to second, and the throw is in time. There's the first out in the bottom of the fifth. Smiley is still out there for Atlanta. He has pitched 4+ scoreless. Caden Foster, welcome in. Yeah, I've got no love for the Florida Gators. Believe me, there's no problems with that. No conflicts with that. Not really a huge college football fan, but I live right in the heart of SEC country. Don't live too far from Athens. And so I love watching college football. I just don't really have a team like I do in the pros. The Falcons are my team. I do not have a college team. But I do watch a lot of college football. And we've got a review going on. Oh, man. Oh, wait a second. Never mind. The runner is safe at first, by the way. I think I missed something important, but this is all you need to know. The Marlins now have a runner on first. There's nobody out, and we are in the bottom of the fifth inning. I watch a lot of Dogs games. You know, just because I have a lot of friends who are Georgia fans, I watch a lot. But I don't live and die with college football the same way I do with the Falcons. And Blake is saying, I'm a Bucs fan. Well, now that I am sorry to hear about. But go Noles all day long. I have no problem saying that. They're in the ACC. They do play Georgia Tech every year, and they probably win that game more often than not. Nice play. Freddie Freeman grabs it. That was a line drive. I think he caught it on the fly, and by the fly, I mean like 2 inches off the ground. Let's see the replay. Okay, never mind. It did bounce up there. Nice play, Freddie. He tags the bag with his glove, and the runner that was on first managed to make it over to second. So runners on, or one runner on, and he's at second, and now we've got one out. The Marlins are batting. Blake, I've been to several games between the Falcons and the Bucs over the years. I've been to several of those, and man, for whatever reason, seems like every time I show up and we're playing the Bucs, most of the time we lose that game. Seems that way. And it's Jazz Chisholm. He's the batter for Miami. You got to be careful how you say his name. You might get it backwards. Like Chaz Chisholm, would be something easy to say if you were on the radio and you didn't really think about what you were saying. Yeah, I haven't kept up with FSU lately. I want to say that when Jimbo Fisher left, he was replaced by somebody, and that person is out already. He only lasted maybe 2 years. And so I know FSU has had a couple of coaches, a little bit of a coaching carousel the last few years. Cannot remember who their current coach is. And maybe he hasn't even coached his first game yet. Like maybe he starts this fall. I can't remember. Blake can let us know about that. I was talking about before Brady, Blake. But you know what? I'm actually a Brady fan, which is, you don't hear many people admit that. I'm not a Patriots fan or anything, but just, Brady is awesome. And I was actually pulling for Tampa to win the Super Bowl for that one reason. So I was glad. That's the one time I've ever rooted for the Bucs. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jazz Chisholm. And it's fouled back, still 2-2. Yeah, FSU has been a powerhouse in the past. Back in the late 90s, they really had it going on. They won a national title sometime in the 2000s. This was still back when Bobby Bowden was the manager over there. And Blake says that the FSU coach now is Mike Novell. Cannot say I've heard that name before. Okay, so they just mentioned that Acuna was taken out of the game because of precautionary something or other regarding a right pectoral muscle. Doesn't sound too bad. 2-2 pitch to Chisholm is inside. Braves up 5-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning from Miami. We'll get a look at your weather forecast coming up for the metro Atlanta area and let you know how you can get your work week started. That has become a huge segment here. Everybody wants that weather forecast, so we'll get that out in just a little bit. Chaz Chisholm is still batting. It's 3-2 on him. Feels like he's been batting for the last 10 minutes. And we've got Bo Horton in. Welcome in, Bo. I can see by your avatar that you're a Braves fan, so welcome in, chop on. You are in Braves country. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. That one's right through there. He threw his bat away like he was about to take his base, acting like that was ball 4. It wasn't anywhere close to a ball. That one was right down Peachtree for the strikeout. Drew Smyly still looking good after 4+. That was a 9-pitch at bat. Won by Smyly. Today is Drew Smyly's 32nd birthday. Next batter up for Miami is Marte. Starling Marte, center fielder. He's 0 for 2 today. And we've got Slitta in here. Welcome in. Sports Live in the ATL. This guy is one of the best smack talkers in the game. He's a huge Falcons fan and a Braves fan and all things Georgia sports fan. And so make sure to sub up his channel. And there's a base hit in left field, and here comes a run, and the shutout is gone. And the Marlins are on the board. It's 5-1. Yeah, the Braves suck right now. We were talking about that in Slitta's live stream that he did a couple hours ago. I brought up the point in there that Freddie is having his worst batting average season in his career, and that is not helping things at all. And then you look at the lineup, and I know it's a Sunday, and I know guys get days off and stuff, but Almonte is our cleanup guy today. And I don't think anybody is any opposing team is scared by that fact. They're like, oh, okay, well, we're going to get that fourth guy out with probably not a whole lot of trouble. But hopefully we can salvage this one game. We cannot let these guys sweep us, right? Show a little professional pride. And so far, so good. We're up 5-1. And the bullpen is weak right now. Definitely a weak point. It's pretty mediocre. It's not horrible, but it's not good. And that is kind of how the whole thing is going for Atlanta. We're just studying mediocrity right now. The good news is that we're hanging right there around 500. Even though we can't seem to get to or surpass 500, we're still right there. And if we can tread water, the rest of the division is not that great anyway. So if we can just kind of hang at 500, not lose any more ground, then maybe we can strike later on as we get closer to the end of the season. And once you do get in the playoffs, anything can happen. So that's kind of my thought process on where we are, and a little bit of optimism, right? Because I think we're going to make the playoffs. But it seems like we've had a crack at 500 a good half dozen times throughout this season. And every time we are right there at it, we'll take a few steps back and lose a couple games. And that's exactly what happened in this series. And there's another base hit, and this time no runner score. Let me get that scoreboard right for you. I don't know what happened. We lost our scoreboard. So Slida says the Braves are 0-6 when we're right at 500. That's right. And we just took 2 steps back by losing the first 2 games to Miami. Nobody really expected to see that. We figured we'd get right playing these guys. Braves will be off tomorrow, and then it's a series with the Cardinals. Not exactly the kind of team you want to face when you're trying to get right, but you never know. Maybe we'll look good in that series. That one starts Tuesday. And Slitta's asking about the scoreboard. I use OBS, and so I grab a scoreboard, and normally it works. Right now it's not working, though. But with OBS, you're able to plug in websites and make them show up on your screen. I do not think you can do that with StreamYard alone. Oh, right, it is the Red Sox. My bad. Yes, we've got the Red Sox next, and we'll take a look at that schedule next week and tell you when the starting times are, who the starting pitchers will be. Let me see if I can get this scoreboard issue resolved. I wish you could just put a scoreboard on StreamYard, but I haven't figured out how to do that. And if Bone Crusher shows up, I'm not sure if he has any thoughts on how to do that, or if it's even possible. Bo, yes, I am reading the chat. I'm trying to resolve my scoreboard problem. And the scoreboard itself, by the way, in case anybody wants to know, it's from TSN, which is the Canadian version of ESPN. And for whatever reason, their scoreboard seems to work a little more reliably than the one on ESPN. Plus, ESPN's always running ads in the background. And so you'll get the audio from these ads sometimes with ESPN, and that's always annoying. You don't want that. And so it's Dickerson batting for Miami right now. He's up with runners on the corners and 2 out. Try this scoreboard thing one more time. Uh-oh, we've got a wild pitch, and a runner comes in on that. Damn. That makes it 5-2. So all of a sudden, it is just a 3-run game. All right, I'm making a little bit of progress. All right, looks like I've got the scoreboard back for the time being at least. So Dickerson is still batting. He's got a 1-2 count. There's a runner on second base. Bo says bye-bye. Bye-bye, Bo. See you in the next one. Slit is out. Oh, never mind. I think he was just saying bye to Bo. Okay, he is out. So, Slitta, thanks so much for stopping by. Make sure to sub up his channel. If you're into Atlanta sports, it's almost mandatory, right? So, Blake Robertson still in with us. That's good to see. And there is a nice play. Dansby, ground ball to him. Check that. That was Adrianza who fielded the ball in his glove and got it over the first baseman all in one move. He did not touch it with his bare hand. And now Don Mattingly says, let's review this thing. I don't think he was out. Okay, he was definitely out. I don't think they're going to challenge this one. I hope they do, though, because it would be a waste. But they decided against it. So we head now to the 6th inning, just a little bit closer now. The Marlins are creeping back. It's 5-2 Atlanta. right, we are back. We are back at it. And the batter is Enciarte. Bo is back. I thought Bo had to go. Bo is back. Welcome back, Bo. The new pitcher for the Marlins is Detweiler. And Enciarte, forget about it. Back to the wall. Out of here. It is now 6-2. Home run, Ender Enciarte. No doubt about that one. I think he's pinch hitting. Let me go back and look at that lineup that's on my screen. Is Enciarte in there? No. That was a pinch hit home run. Enter Enciarte and the Braves. Man, we have had some really good success pinch hitting this year just in general. Panda has, 3 or 4 home runs in a pinch hitting role? This is another home run in a pinch hitting role, this time by Ender Enciarte. That was sweet. And our pinch hitting game is strong in 2021. And we'll see how many that is on the year for Ender Enciarte. That might be his first. And that brings up Freddie Freeman. Freddie is in the 2-hole. Here's the pitch. That's fouled. It's 1-1 to Freddie. We have not had the opportunity to check any of the scores around the league. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. So we got a forecast coming up. We've got scoreboard checks coming up. Are we going to be able to fit all of that content and squeeze it in? Yes, we are. Detweiler, meanwhile, gets ready for the pitch to Freeman. It's a 1-1, and here it is. Foul ball. 1-2. Hawks at it tomorrow night, and we just had Sports Live in the ATL, and he is going to be live reacting to that game tomorrow night, so make sure to hit up his channel for that. That's a 7:30 tip, the Hawks and the 76ers from State Farm Arena. Must-win situation for the Hawks tomorrow. Here's the pitch to Ozzy Albies. And Freddie was retired somehow. I must not have been paying attention. Freddie is retired. There's 1 out. Phillies up big on the Yankees, 7-0 in the 7th inning. Ozzy pops it up. And that is going to be caught for out number 2. The Nationals up 5-0 on the Giants. So we don't like the way this is shaping up already. Phillies up 7-0. Nationals up 5-0. What else in the East can we find out? All right, this is good news. Padres have a 6-2 lead on the Mets in the 7th inning from Citi Field in New York. And here's Almonte. He's batting in the cleanup position today for the Braves. He's 0 for 2 so far. We are efforting Bone Crusher. We're going to hope he pops in a little bit later on. Top of the 6th inning from Miami. Pitch is on the inside corner, 1-1. Welcome in, F. Great point, Blake. Yes, we do have a series against the Mets coming up. That's going to be huge. Chopped over to third. There's the throw on a first in time, and the Braves are retired. But Ender Arte with a big solo blast. It was a pinch hit home run, and it puts the Braves up 6-2. I am A-Bomb. I will be back with you right after these important messages. Stay tuned. You're watching Coast to Coast, and the Braves are up 6-2 on the Marlins. We are back, and we are about to hit the bottom of the sixth inning from Miami. Braves have a new pitcher in. I'll tell you who that is in just a moment. It is Shane Green. This will be the third game he's appearing in this season, so not a whole lot of stats to talk about so far. He spent a good part of the season in Gwinnett, and he just got called back up to the big leagues last week. And so he's up there to face 5, 6, and 7 for Miami, and it's Adam Duvall, former Brave. He's leading off. He's 0 for 2 this afternoon, and the first pitch to him is fouled away. There's a few games that haven't even started yet this afternoon around baseball. KC at Oakland is coming up. LA Angels at Arizona is coming up. Texas at LA is coming up. All those games start at about 20 minutes. And then we've got the Sunday night game. It is the big rivalry, St. Louis versus Chicago. That is the Cards at the Cubs historic rivalry. Those two teams are not very far apart from each other. And that is your ESPN Sunday night game. First pitch right around 7 o'clock. We mentioned that the Braves are going to be off tomorrow. And then Boston comes to town. We'll let you know who the starters are scheduled to be for that in moments. Just need to get the schedule up on my screen. And so, here it is. First pitch Tuesday night is 7:20. And for the Braves, on the mound, it is going to be, wait for it, Davidson. That's on Tuesday. Ian Anderson goes Wednesday. That is a 7 o'clock start, and it is just a 2-game set against the Red Sox. If you remember, we played 2 up in Boston a couple weeks back, and now they're coming to our house to play 2. Those games are Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the Cardinals come in for 4 starting Thursday. Charlie Morton scheduled for Thursday's start. Max Fried scheduled Friday. Smiley coming back on the mound on Saturday. And then Davidson scheduled to go Sunday night. That is the ESPN game for next Sunday. So the Cardinals are on the Sunday night game for 2 consecutive weeks. Alfaro looks at a ball. It's 2-1 to him. So Boston in for 2. Then it is a long 4-game set against the Cardinals. And then the Braves go up to New York for 4. And we will take a deep dive into that series when we get just a little bit closer. We do not have all the probables lined up for that series just yet. Alfaro up there with a 2-2 count. And I think that I can share some breaking news with you. Bone Crusher has talked about the possibility of doing Wednesday's game for you, bringing it to you, live reaction. We're hoping he shows up and can confirm that. But we know that Wednesday night is an ESPN game. And pretty sure that Bone Crusher is able to pick that up on his Roku. Bo wants to know, what's the most views you've gotten in a stream? About 2,000. The last check, I had one that hit about 2,000 last week or so. It was against the Dodgers. That's a lot higher than my normal stream, my normal views per stream. Let's see what we can do, though, to get up to that number a little more often and surpass that. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done that. Go ahead and smash the like if you haven't done that. And if you want to know when I go live next, the notification bell will do that for you. Most often, I bust in the middle of a game. Not often am I here from the beginning. Part of the reason for that is that when I work during the week, I do not get off until 7 o'clock. And usually I don't get off till more like 7:20, and then I've got stuff to do, and then I'm able to come in right in the middle of a game. And that's kind of how I like it, though. It's fun. Fun doing it that way. No, I don't have any money. I'm not monetized right now. I'm not getting paid for any of this. If I can get to 1,000 subs, then I have the ability to accept Super Chat. And maybe I can quit my job and do this full time when that happens. That's the goal. And then any program directors or sports directors watching right now, you are welcome to hit me up on my Twitter DM. You see it on the screen there, at ABOM98. I do read my DMs, so any program directors, if you're looking for talent, maybe you need somebody to call your high school baseball team, consider this the interview. And if you'd like to hire me, just go ahead and pop into my DM on Twitter, and I'll respond back. Bo, I appreciate you keeping count. Thanks so much on that. Looks like we've got 10 watching right now. Thanks to all you guys. And that'll do it for the 6th inning. That went by pretty quick. So we'll be right back. Let's take a break. Let's come back and see if we can score a couple of more runs. We'll be back after these important messages on Coast to Coast. Yeah, do it, Blake. Yeah, I mean, the beautiful thing about YouTube is that you can put whatever the hell you want to out there. You don't have to just do one thing. Zach Pop. That's his name, Pop. Is the new pitcher for Miami right now. Yeah. In fact, Blake, yeah, let us know when you start putting up some videos there. We'll check it out. And it's Austin Riley batting. He's 2 for 2 today. One of those hits is a home run. I haven't done anything today. I haven't gone out. I think I'm going to do that after this game is over. Maybe go to the park, do something, get some exercise. But I got a bunch of steps yesterday. Over 20,000. I walked all over the place, and it wasn't all at once. I didn't get all those 20,000 like in one sitting or standing or whatever you call it. I did a bunch of stuff yesterday, went a bunch of places, and so ended up walking around like in Walmart for a long time. And when I added it all up, man, I was at 20,000 steps in about 10 miles. So that's a really big day. I don't normally want to walk that much in one day. My feet start feeling a little bit sore at the end of one of those. But today, feeling good. I'm going to go out and just do a few steps, not a bunch like that. And hopefully I can do that and listen to the Braves post-game show celebrating a victory. It's been a few days. Unacceptable losing any kind of series to the Marlins at this point, but that's where we are right now. And Blake says he's doing a wrestling show already on Facebook. All right. I'll have to check that out. I'll definitely check that out. Look for Blake Edwin Robertson on Facebook. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Austin Riley. That is high. So Vlad Jr. now has 21 home runs. He leads the league. Acuna is tied at second with Fernando Tatis with 18 each. Vlad Guerrero also number 1 in RBIs with 52. There's a foul ball. Still 3-2 on Riley. And how about Jake DeGrom's ERA? That's the big story right now. As far as pitching goes this year, his ERA is currently 0.56. Amazing. And make sure to stuff the ballot box with Braves players for the All-Star game. I have not gotten around to that yet. Austin Riley hits one off the glove of the shortstop. Unable to come up with the ball, and that's a base hit. Chaz Chisholm got leather on it, but it was hit so sharply, he was unable. It was too hot to handle. He could not come up with that. That's going to be an infield hit. And what a day for Austin Riley. He's going to be on first with nobody out. Lead-off single for Atlanta. In case you missed the news, Ronald Acuna was taken out of the game as a precautionary move. He hurt one of his pecs, and so he got taken out of the game. I think he's going to be fine. Expected to start Tuesday. And Bone Crusher is in. We told you. Told you we were efforting Bone Crusher. He did pop in. So he will no doubt drop a couple of Bones nuggets in the dugout. So make sure to take note if you're into cryptocurrency and playing the stock market. And we've been telling folks that there's a possibility that Bone Crusher will bring us that Wednesday game against Boston. That is a 7 o'clock first pitch. So he can confirm that a little bit later on. Make sure to sub up Blake Robertson in case he starts putting stuff out on YouTube. He's already got it going on Facebook. And just now the Braves hit into a double play. Wow. Okay. That kind of sucks. That was Adrianza grounding into the twin killing. So, nobody on base and 2 out. Braves off tomorrow night, but Hawks and 76ers are going at it tomorrow night. And we already told you, Slitta is bringing that one to you. Sports Live in the ATL will have the reaction for that one tomorrow. And Blake is covering the wrestling angle. I will definitely look into that after this game goes final. And it is Smith batting. That is Kevon Smith, the catcher. You see him on the score. I'm sorry, you see him on your screen on the lineup card, Kevon Smith. I think it's probably pronounced Kevin Smith, but I do not know for sure. So until I can confirm that, he will be known as Kevon here on Coast to Coast until further notice. Aphiz is in. Okay. He said he was going to come in, and he did. Aphizzle has a big number of subscribers on his channel. Make sure to hit him up. He brings you a variety of goodies on his streams. It might be sports related. It might be drink review, food review, mukbang. There's a lot to unpack over there, and make sure to hit him up and sub up his channel, Aphizzle. And Bo says, I have to go. All right, Bo. We will see you the next time around. Appreciate you coming in, and have an amazing Sunday evening. So we've got a quick break in the action. I'm going to step aside for just a moment, and we'll be right back. It is the 7th inning stretch, and the Braves are up big. It's 6-2. We are in the bottom of the 7th inning, and I do stand corrected. Aphiz does not have any mukbangs on his channel. My bad. And so it's 8, 9, and 1 due up for Miami here in the bottom of the 7th. John Birdie is 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and he's leading off. He's 3 out of 7 in this series, and he has made several defensive gems over at third. New pitcher is Minter, and it's 2-0 quickly on Birdie. That one came up at 96 miles per hour, but unfortunately it was a ball. Series finale. You hate it when you have to use the word salvage a game, or use the phrase salvaging a game when it comes to a Braves-Marlins series, but that's exactly where we are. Better than being swept, though. But still, not exactly what you want to see at this point in the season. There's a foul ball. It's 2-1 on Birdie. Marlins will be sending up a pinch hitter next. Here comes the 2-2. Swung out and missed. Sit down. Birdie is retired. And good start to the 7th inning for Minter. We talked about the probables for that short 2-game series with Boston. It is Davidson taking the mound for the Braves on Tuesday night and Ian Anderson on Wednesday night. Hawks off today and resume the series tomorrow with the 76ers. Sports Live in the ATL will have that one for you tomorrow night. He popped in here earlier today. And what a bunt. Nice bunt. Miami. That was Diaz, and he reaches first. He bunted it right into the area of third base where nobody happened to be playing due to the shift. So, once in a while, you see that, and you've got to tip your cap. So, bunt single for Miami. And Diaz on first base. We've got one NBA game in action right now. It's the Brooklyn and Milwaukee series. Milwaukee finally won a game the other night, and they're trying to win another one. It is a tight contest in the second period. Brooklyn up 37-36 with about 7 minutes in the half. And here is Jazz Chisholm. How about this score? The Blue Jays have an 18-4 lead on the Boston Red Sox in the 9th inning. Toronto 18, Boston 4. As far as games around the National League East, it has gone final, unfortunately, where the Washington Nationals have beaten the San Francisco Giants 5-0. There's another score out there somewhere, and I'll find that one in just a sec. First, the 2-0 pitch to Chisholm. This one is hit the other way and just out of the reach of Heredia. Let's see how far the runners can advance. So that's a double for Chisholm. And Miami has runners on second and third with one out. Only down by, well, I was about to say only down by 3. I forgot we were now up by 4. Glad we were able to get that little bit of insurance. This one is about to go final any time now. The Phillies are going to beat the Yankees. It's just a matter of what the final score will be. Right now, the Phillies are up 7-0 with the Yankees batting in the top of the 9th with 2 out. In Cincinnati, the Reds have a 6-2 lead on the Rockies. That one's in the 8th inning. Some good news to report. The Padres are up 7-2 on the Mets. That one's in the bottom of the 8th from New York. It's Mariners 6, Indians 1 from the 9th inning. We told you about the Blue Jays and Red Sox. The Jays are up 18-4. And it looks like that one just went final up in Boston. It's the 6th inning in Minnesota, and the Astros have a 9-2 lead on the Twins. Pirates up 2-1 on the Brewers in the 6th inning. Couple of finals now. The Tampa Bay Rays beat the Orioles 7-1. The White Sox over the Tigers. Final score 4-1. Underway in Oakland, Kansas City and the A's are scoreless. Angels and Diamondbacks and Rangers at Dodgers. Both of those games are getting set to start over the next 5 minutes. And then your ESPN Sunday night game is Cardinals at Cubbies. That is a 7 o'clock first pitch. We've got more NBA action a little bit later tonight. Phoenix at Denver. Phoenix trying to go for the sweep tonight. They're up 3-0 over the Nugs. And just to make sure we work in a hockey score, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Islanders are tied at 0, and they are in the first intermission. And so Luke Jackson is a new reliever for Atlanta. He's been pitching pretty well this year. Maybe it's the new look. He's cleaned up. He looks a lot more business and a lot less like some party dude. Is it a coincidence? Probably. Up the middle, through into center field. That's going to be a base hit. How many are going to score? 2 runs will score. And the Marlins are trying to come back. It's now Atlanta 6, Miami 4. 2-run RBI. We were just talking about how good of a job Luke Jackson's been doing lately. However, he surrenders a 2 RBI single to the very first batter he faces. And that one was smashed up the middle. Charged those 2 runs to Minter. And we've got us a ball game again. We are still in the bottom of the 7th inning. And here's Aguilar. He's 1 for 3 today. There's 1 out. Double play would be nice. First pitch is inside at 97 miles per hour. Braves bullpen mediocre at best. Not horrible. It's not a complete disaster. We're just not very good either. Runner goes, throw down to second, not in time. Stolen base. That was a really good throw from Kevon Smith behind the plate for Atlanta, but the runner got a big jump. And I don't even think the perfect throw would have gotten the runner in this case. So we'll reset. We now have a runner on second, just 1 out. 2 runs already in. And the next pitch is low. It's 2-1. So things are not really going in the right direction for the time being. Let's see if Luke can exercise some damage control and somehow get out of this jam. Two-one pitch. It's a foul ball. Jesus Aguilar 1 for 3 today. And he's 3 for 8 in this series. Checking my receipt. I got my car serviced yesterday, which was really just an oil change. I want to make sure they actually did give me some wiper fluid because I was getting low on that. And it looks like they did give that to me. They even charged me 48 cents for that washer fluid refill. Okay, well, that's pretty reasonable. 48 cents, not too bad. And there's a strikeout. Aguilar down on strikes, and that'll finally... Oh, man, they had the wrong graphic on the screen. It said end of the 7th inning. I was about to say, we'll see you in the 8th, but that was obviously incorrect. And whoever's running graphics for Bally Sports South should have a slap on the wrist for that one. So that's 2 outs, however. 6-4 is the score. The Braves are up by 2. And there is a runner on second with 2 out. And there's a grounder to Ozzie at second. That will retire the side. And so we head to the 8th inning. Probably need to get a little bit more insurance up on the board. We'll be back to see if we can do that. This is A-Bomb, and you are watching Coast to Coast. Okay, we are back. I hope you enjoyed that photograph on my timeout screen. That is from this day in Braves and A-Bomb history. I happened to go to a game between the Braves and the Pirates exactly 2 years ago today. We did win that game. And we'll get that photo back on your screen as soon as we head to the next break. Dylan Cobain is in. Welcome in, DC. Hope you've had an amazing weekend. Top of the 8th, it's going to be 8-9-1 for Atlanta. Heredia is injured. What the hell happened there? He's down on the turf. I think he might have hurt his hand. Got to see a replay on that. I mean, he is writhing in pain on the ground. Trainers are out. Still on his knees. Crusher has a Doge update, trading at 32 cents right now. We still have yet to get a replay on whatever it was that caused this injury. Bone Crusher reports we are the only Braves live reaction going on right now. So we expect a huge influx of viewers any moment. We currently have 13 concurrent Still tending this injury situation. Here's the replay. Oh, okay. All right, we got it now. He was attempting to bunt. Heredia was attempting to bunt, and the ball hit his fingers. He's got his fingers wrapped around the bat. And, man, that's got to hurt. Obviously it does. And Heredia, by the way, was tagged out in the process. He did get the bunt down after it hit his fingers. So talk about insult to injury. He gets tagged out while he's writhing on the turf in pain. And he's still out on the field, and trainers are tending to his hurt hand. And apparently there's some debate on whether or not he was hit by the pitch. So we'll see how that works out. There's a review for that going on. And I'm going to be honest with you, that was his own fault. I mean, it wasn't like the pitcher threw inside. For whatever reason, Heredia just couldn't get his hand positioned in the right place. And he took the brunt of that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. So this umpire review is underway. Snitker is out on the field. He's trying to figure out what this call is going to be. And here comes the call. And let's see what the answer is. They need to give mics. They need to give microphones to these umps who make these calls, so they can explain what's going on and what the call is, just like they do in football. Why can't they do that? Still unclear on what this call is. If the ump had a mic, we would know what the call is. So while we are waiting to sort all this out, Bone Crusher has a stock market announcement. He may be hitting Bed Bath & Beyond tomorrow. File that one away in the back of your mind. So this is taking forever. Let's see what the call ended up being. Okay, so after all of that, Heredia is about to step back in the batter's box. Turns out he is not out. Instead, it was a strike, and the call is 0-1. So after all that, it looks like he's actually going to get back up and try to continue his at-bat after being on the Lone Depot Park turf for a good 10 minutes, it seems like. And we've got F back in the house, back in our dugout. Welcome in. So here we go. The 0-1 pitch. After all that, swung on a missed. It's 0-2. Heredia is batting 8th today. So in the 9 position, we will expect to see a pinch hitter next. But first, the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball over to third, throws on to first, and now Heredia is officially retired after getting hit in the hand, and that's the first out. And Bone Crusher has a good thought. Can we hit 400 subs today? We're getting pretty close. It is possible that could happen. More likely, though, More likely, though, I could see us hitting that sometime next week during that Boston series. Braves off tomorrow, then it's a couple with Boston. And then Bone Crusher, we think he's going to do that Wednesday night. Atlanta Braves versus Boston Red Sox. That is a 7 o'clock first pitch. But it's only 6 o'clock Central Time where Crusher is. So we'll see if he's able to find the availability and the time to do that. So here's Dansby. He's pinch hitting today. He had the day off. He's up there with nobody on base, 1 out. Top of the 8th inning. Braves up by 2. First pitch is in there. It is final from Philadelphia, where the Phillies beat the Yankees 7-0. Nationals also won. But the Mets are losing their game, and we'll let you know when that goes final. Dansby hits one over to third, long throw over to first, and the ball gets away, and Dansby's going to end up on second on that error. And welcome in, we're just going to call him PMC. Welcome in, PMC. Appreciate you joining us. So Dansby's on second base. There is 1 out. We would love to get that insurance run in. Miami doesn't seem to want to go away, and it would be completely unacceptable for the Braves to get swept by the Fish. That does not compute. We can't have it. And so here's Inciarte. He pinch hit earlier in the game and ended up coming in to replace Acuna, who was taken out, and the ball gets away, and Dansby moves up 90 feet. He's now on third base after a passed ball. That one was right down the middle of the plate. Not sure how that one ended up at the backstop. Oh, okay. Okay, appreciate you, Dylan. Yeah, hit us up with a sub on your alt account. And we, as long as we get to 1,000 at some point, that's the ultimate goal with this whole thing. At that point, I can be monetized if YouTube approves that. And the pitch to Inciarte, grounded over to third. And the runner was not able to advance, so not a productive out, unfortunately, on that ground ball. Dansby had to hold at third. Hit 1,000 subs, get monetized, the ability to accept Super Chat. And all of a sudden, we're talking about a career change, quitting the day job and taking this full time. And again, any program directors out there, go ahead and hit me up on my Twitter handle. You see it on the screen there, at ABOM98. I do read my direct messages. So this is special. Special attention goes out to all program directors in those top 10 markets. I will respond. Please put your please put your offer right there in the direct message, and I will get back with you. So runners on the corners. There's 2 outs, and here's Ozzy Albies. That one is outside. Burks made it in. All right, and it looks like somebody has congratulated me on 400 subs. I have not confirmed that, but thank you so much. Huge milestone. Thanks, guys. Couldn't have done it without you. We are now 40% to our goal. Golovkin is in. Welcome in. And he's got us on in the car. We always like to hear that. So be careful. Keep it between the ditches, and we will definitely keep you updated on the game. There's a foul ball. And the count on Ozzy is now 1-1. Hawkeye is in. All right, and F confirms it. So great, man. Really happy to hit a milestone today. We'll start working on the next one tomorrow, but today is a day of celebration. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's outside. Bone Crusher reports sub number 401. So we're now already officially on the run for our halfway goal. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Ozzy. This one is hit into center field and pretty deep back to the warning track and caught right at the 400 sign for out number 3. So Braves unable to push across any insurance. So now we got to hold them right here as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is a 2-run game. Braves got to win this to avoid the sweep. We will be right back. 8th inning. And new pitcher for Atlanta is Chris Martin. And we do have the official breaking news we were hoping to hear. Bone Crusher will be bringing you the Wednesday night game. It's a big one. It's always fun when the Red Sox and Braves get together. There's always that connection with the Boston Braves. We always have good games. So looking forward to that one on Wednesday night. Sub up Bone Crusher if you haven't done that already. Our old buddy Adam Duvall is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. And he just fouled away the pitch, and it's 2-2. It is an incredibly hot afternoon and has been that way all weekend. I cannot think of a better time to bring you the Metro Atlanta forecast. Let me get that up on the screen, on my phone, that is. First, we'll tell you that Chris Martin has struck out Adam Duvall. That is the first out in the 8th inning. Your Metro Atlanta forecast for tonight. Look for partly cloudy skies. Overnight low of 69. Another hot one tomorrow, 92 for the afternoon high, 89 for Tuesday, and 86 Wednesday. And there's always that slight chance of afternoon thunder boomers. Right now in downtown Atlanta, it is 87. In Gainesville, it's 89. And right here in the heart of Gwinnett County, off Interstate 85, it is 88 and mostly cloudy at 4:35. Here's the pitch. Right through there at 95 miles an hour. 1-1 now to Alfaro. He's 2 for 3 today. Think I'm going to go out, perhaps go to a park. There's a bunch of choices, a bunch of different ones. I will choose a park to go to and get in a few steps after this game is over. So I should be hitting that right around 5:30. And good news, by that time, I should be able to stay out of the direct sun. Nobody wants that today. And in case you missed it, I put up over 20,000 steps yesterday. Didn't get it all at once. It was a day of lots of walking, lots of activity. Went to Walmart, racked up some steps just inside there. So it was a good day, good weekend. Burned a lot of calories. And also ate. I ate a lot yesterday too. The highlight was the Peanut Buster Parfait from Dairy Queen. Hadn't had one of those in years, man. Just like I remember it. Always good. And when you watch one of Bone Crusher's live reaction streams, you never know when he might drop some stock market knowledge on you. Freddie Freeman grabs that soft line drive. And out number 2. You might just walk away with some really important information that could help you win big when it comes to investing. So 2 outs and the base is clear. It is Sandy Leon, the pinch hitter. He's batting 192 on the season. 1 home run, 4 RBIs. It's a stocky dude. Not the most athletic looking guy, but that's the beauty of baseball. You don't really have to be a finely honed machine to succeed in baseball. And Crusher has mentioned before he's getting bombarded with Hardee's commercials for their chicken sandwich. I might have to try that. Again, it's not convenient. I don't have one close by, but there's one in Gainesville that I pass by every time I go there, and I always forget about it. Perhaps I will grab that sandwich because I've tried all the big ones. Of course, Chick-fil-A, everybody's had that. Not everybody has had the Popeyes chicken sandwich. I can say I've had it a couple times. The first time I really liked it. Then I had it a couple more times after that, and I decided I really didn't like it. So I'm done with that one. Pitch is hit over to second base on a bounce. 1 bounce, fielded by Ozzie and thrown out at first. That is a quick 1, 2, 3 inning. We will now head to the top of the 9th from Miami. Last chance for the Braves to tack on a little more insurance. Can we do it? Find out next. We are back, and we are in the top of the 9th inning from Miami. Braves batting. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Do it for Atlanta. And in the cleanup role today, it's Almonte. He's 0 for 3. I don't think he's really your prototypical cleanup guy, but, whatever. We're trying to kind of put a little Band-Aid on that whole situation when it comes to Ozuna. But we really need that bat, and I hope the Braves can make a move sooner than later and address that and maybe pick up a bat, maybe somebody that we've all heard of before, instead of some nobody off the scrap heap, like we tend to do sometimes. Pitch is inside. It's 2-0. And Simber is the new pitcher for Miami. In NBA action, the Milwaukee Bucks trying to inch or claw their way back into it. Right now it's 53-48. Milwaukee up on Brooklyn in the third quarter. Just underway, in fact, in the second half from Milwaukee. We've checked on all the scores around the National League East. Phillies and Nationals both won their games. And the Mets were losing their game at last check. Let's take a peek at that and see if it's gone final. They are playing the Padres this afternoon. And in fact, it is final. San Diego wins 7-3 over the Mets. Little bit of good news. And you're looking for good news after the Braves have dropped the first two from Miami. Just when you thought we were going to get right. Just as we were hitting 500 again. Every time we get close to 500, it seems like we lose a couple of games. And that's exactly what happened this time. The Braves find themselves 5.5 out of first place. And if the Braves are able to win this one, we would be 5 games out even. Currently in third. The Phillies right now are in second place at 3 games out. Then we're at third, 5.5 out. And Austin Riley gets hit in the leg. And the Braves have something cooking, second and third. Check it. Braves have first and second and nobody out. Silver Hedgehog is in. Yeah, Riley's had a big day, had a solo home run. He went the other way with it, went with the pitch. They always say that's a good sign when your slugger can take it the other way, and that's exactly what it did. It was a no-doubter into the right field seats. And Pablo Sandoval is pinch hitting. First and second, nobody out. And he looks at the ball. So Mets in first, Phillies in second, Braves in third, Miami in fourth at 6.5 out, and then the Nationals are bringing up the rear in last at 7.5 out. The pitch is fouled back. It's 0-2 on Sandoval. Off tomorrow, and then it's Boston for a couple of games. The Red Sox are 39-27. They sit in second place in the AL East, 3 games behind the Rays. 0-2 pitch. This one is hit on the ground, over to second for 1, back over to first 2. That is a double play. Runner advances to third. That was a nice play over at third base by Birdie. Check it, Birdie is playing second today. Appreciate all the likes and the subs. We hit a big fat round number today. We're 40% there. And with 2 outs, it is up to Kevon Smith. He is our catcher. You see him batting 7th on the lineup card. We think it might be pronounced Kevin. We've gone over this before, but until I get definitive information on that, he shall be known as Kavan. And Kavan hits one into pretty deep center field. Oh, what a catch. What a catch by Marte to rob Kavan Smith of extra bases. We would have gotten the insurance run, but instead, it is just a noisy out number 3. And so, we head to the bottom of the 9th. Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of this one. It is Braves and Marlins. I am A-Bomb. Coast to Coast will be right back. Go. It is Big Willie style time. Will Smith out there. This is a save opportunity. And yeah, we didn't want that double play. That is one thing that is always a possibility, however, when Panda comes to bat. Because he is about the slowest player in baseball right now. Understandable. He's carrying around a lot of weight. And here we go. Bottom of the 9th. First pitch is fouled back. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Marlins. And Birdie batting 8th. He's 2 for 3 today, and he leads off. Looks like the Nationals played a doubleheader today, now that I'm looking at this. And don't tell me they swept it. No, they did not sweep it. They split it. They played a twin bill with the Giants. Wait a second. I've got to be looking at the wrong date. Never mind. I'm looking at yesterday. What the hell? Ha. I was about to say, because we already reported that the Nationals won their game 5-0. And so it's 1-2 count on Birdie. Will Smith gets the sign. The lefty deals. Ooh, just missed. just missed. So the count is even at 2-2. We will run down all of the scores as soon as this goes final, and they will be today's scores, by the way, not yesterday's. Braves will be on Sunday Night Baseball 1 week from today against St. Louis. The 2-2 pitch to Birdie. Low. Appreciate all the viewers today. Again, smash the like, please. Subscribe. Notification bell. If you do all those things, you will be in good hands when it comes to Braves coverage. Here's the pitch. Bounced over to short, and it looks like Dansby is in the game now, and he throws him out. Nice play, Dansby. He did not start today. He was supposed to get the day off, but he ended up pinch hitting and staying in the game. Really nice play, too. Get out number 1. Always important to get that first out ASAP in the 9th inning. We welcome Bo back in. Bo had to leave for a little while. Then he came back. I think he left a second time. And we're glad to have him back in for the exciting conclusion. And now Diaz is batting. He is 1 for 2. He came in the double switch earlier, and so he's been batting 9th now. This will be his 3rd at bat in the 9 hole, if I'm reading that right. And the pitch is low. It's 1-1. Looking forward to that 2-game series against Boston. That starts Tuesday. The pitch swung on and missed. 1-2. In case you missed this huge bit of breaking news, I am now fully vaccinated. I had the setup where you get 2 shots. You get the first shot, and then a month later, you get the second shot. So I got that out of the way on Wednesday. 1-2 pitch is swung and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Will Smith looking good here in this save opportunity. I've been avoiding going inside restaurants for the past year and a half. I think I went in a grand total of 2 times during the pandemic, and it was always because somebody else insisted on going out to eat. I didn't really want to do it, but that has all changed now. Here's the pitch to Chisholm. He's 1 for 4 today, and that's a strike with 2 outs and nobody on base. So Friday, I went to one of my favorite Mexican restaurants. And then yesterday, I ended up going to a buffet cafeteria style place in Gainesville that one of my favorites. And the ground ball over to Dansby, throws on to first. And Chaz Chisholm is out number 3. And that is a final score. The Braves salvage a game and beat the Marlins 6-4 and avoid that 3-game sweep. That was very important from a psychological standpoint. So the Braves winners today, 6-4. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Austin Riley is your Budweiser player of the game. He had 3 hits today, including a home run. And he busted out in a big way of his 0 for 17 slump that he had been on prior to today. So, once again, the final score is a good one. Braves 6, Marlins 4. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't done that on your way out. And before we go, we will run down all of the scores across baseball. And this is brought to you by treasurehunt.ga, home of Beth's Paintings. So we'll start right here with the Astros and Twins. Astros blowing them out right now. It's Houston 13 and Minnesota 2 in the 8th inning. In Milwaukee today, the Brewers are up 5-2 on the Pirates. In Oakland at ringcentral.com Stadium, the A's have a 2-1 lead over the Royals. It is the LA Angels 6, the Diamondbacks nothing. And it looks like somebody had to put their foot down. It looks like one of our mods, Bone Crusher, had to get to work. I missed on what he deleted, but I know Bo has been a little eager today, so he might have gotten out of control. So thanks to our mods, by the way, for that. I was just saying the Angels beat the Diamondbacks, or I should say the Angels are beating the Diamondbacks. It's only in the 2nd inning, and the Angels already have a 6-0 lead on Arizona. The Dodgers up 1-0 on the Rangers in the 2nd inning. Now here are some final scores. The Phillies, unfortunately, blanked the Yankees' final score 7-0. And the Nationals did the same thing to San Francisco. Final score in that game, Nationals 5, Giants nothing. And we do have a little bit of good news out of the National League East. The Padres were able to take care of the Mets today. Final score from Citi Field, 7-3. The Rays beat the Orioles 7-1. White Sox 4, Detroit Tigers 1 is a final. It is also final in Cincinnati where the Reds beat the Rockies 6-2. The Mariners ended up beating the Cleveland Indians 6-2. It was a blowout in Boston where the Blue Jays put up an 18-burger and beat the Red Sox 18-4. And then one more game that has yet to get underway. That starts in 2 hours. It is the ESPN Sunday night game. It is from Wrigley Field, and they are taking on their dreaded rivals, the St. Louis Cardinals. Thanks so much for hanging with us today. It was a lot of fun. Glad we could report a Braves win. Glad we were able to salvage the series and not get swept at the hands of the Marlins. Braves off tomorrow. Then it's 2 with the Boston Red Sox coming up, and that starts on Tuesday night. Thanks again for everybody hanging out with us, our mods, all of our folks in the dugout. Such a great community, and it's always so much fun hanging out with you guys. I'll see you on the next one. A-Bomb is out.